We're back here on the KIX 96.5 Morning Show. We love featuring Wyoming artists on the show, and today to chat with local favorite Tris Munsick and the Innocents. Tris just recently released a single, Desperate Situation, along with an awesome video showcasing some of Sheridan's finest attractions. Tonight, Tris is playing the Special Olympics fundraiser. He's got more dates coming up in December. He's got a big gig at the Beacon Club on the 15th. It's always fun to chat with Tris Munsick. First, Tris, thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Always great to visit with you and catch up a little bit.
Yeah, well, first, holy cow, congrats. You and Amber welcome a new baby, Monty Wayne Munsick. He's 2 weeks old today. You look a little tired, Tris. How's it going?
Yeah, we are just kind of on cloud nine right now, just sort of going with the flow, holed up at home and taking care of Monty, and his mom's doing great. Everybody's, happy and healthy at the moment. A little short of sleep right now, but I think everybody can probably relate to that. We've been told that might happen. So
yeah, that's usually the first thing that goes is your sleep schedule. How's changing diapers? Do we have it down?
Starting to get it down. You think you have it down at 3 p.m, and it takes you 2 minutes to get your bearings kind of lined out. But I tell you what, when you have it down at 3 a.m. with a baby screaming in your face and you can get a diaper on the right way and everybody back to sleep, that's when you know you're a master. I haven't quite hit that level yet.
You're only a couple weeks in, so you got plenty of time to master the art of diapers. I was there. I was like a master at diapers after a little while, so you'll get there.
Yeah.
How's Monty doing? Is his sleep schedule completely off? Is he sleeping at all? How's it going?
He's sleeping pretty well. He's kind of decided that his days are nights and nights are days, yeah. So he's a perfect musician's son, I think.
Yeah, he's taking after his old man already. But big things have happened to you guys this year. Last time we talked to you, it was right before the video came out. You just signed with Bighorn Records. Let's rehash a little bit. You've been an independent artist the whole time. I know Sean, He's in the band. He's playing bass for you. He's hooked up with Bighorn Records. But why now? Why now with Bighorn Records?
Sean approached us about this idea these guys had for starting a Wyoming-grown, Wyoming-based record label this past spring, and they decided that they kind of wanted to showcase a Wyoming-based artist first, at least, and kind of do the shakedown cruise and test the waters, and we kind of worked it out and decided it would be a good deal for both the band and the label, and it's been a great partnership so far. We've kind of evolved over the past year and just kind of trying to work the kinks out and see how they can best serve, the artists and the communities around the state. And I think we've been a pretty good guinea pig for that too, because that's kind of who our meat and potatoes of our audience is, and we kind of cater to Western folks and to Wyoming folks, and I think the stars have kind of aligned with us and them, and I look forward to a cool, bright and partnership moving forward.
Yeah, trial and error for both of you.
Yeah, definitely. We've been independent, like you said, our whole career, and we've been together as a band about 10 or 11 years now, kind of beating the streets up and down the road, and we've been fortunate enough to expand out of Wyoming and out of the Western U.S. these last few years, but we've really recognized the need as we've grown for some help, and especially help on the industry side and the booking and the management, and with this growth has kind of come a lot of added responsibilities as far as social media content and all that stuff that we just got into the game to play music, and if there's somebody out there that's better and that can help us with that, it's been great to have help with that, basically.
Yeah. You can only do so much by yourself when you're singing, playing, writing, and then, the social media and everything else, booking gigs, it takes a toll on you. Desperate Situation, I mean, you signed with them, so obviously you want to put something out. This was on your last album, Washakie Wind, which we're going to talk about. They've been recording new stuff, but Desperate Situation, you guys have been playing this live. You like the song, so we thought, well, let's put it out. And then the video is just like the cherry on top. This thing's awesome, Tris.
Yeah. We, it's the last single off our last album. Like you said, we figured we'd wrap up the Washakie Wind album with one more tune. And Desperate Situation is just kind of a good old fashioned honky tonk drinking heartbreak country song, and we thought we'd, have a little fun with the music video, and we shot it right here in Sheridan, Wyoming. And, a lot of the businesses, the Mint Bar and the Wild Theater and, the local crowd and stuff, we're real supportive and, have always been supportive of us, but, kind of everybody's kind of chipped in, and we wanted it to kind of showcase Sheridan and showcase the feel of our town. And I think it's pretty funny, and I think it kind of did that, really,
Yeah, no, you guys knocked it out of the park. That's for sure. Go check him out. Tris Munsick. He's at trismunsick.com. He's on Facebook, Instagram. Go to Spotify. Check out all of his stuff. Desperate Situation, along with the video, is out now. Now, you're playing a couple solo gigs this weekend. You got the Special Olympics tonight and the Tammy Klaczynski fundraiser on Sunday.
Yeah, we basically decided to take November off. We've been down October. Our summer and fall were crazy busy, which was great. And we decided to take November off. So, I got asked to do a couple fundraisers locally. And, this time of year, I always try to kind of, if the opportunity presents itself, be able to give back a little bit to the community. And, the show tonight is, a fundraiser for the Special Olympics, which is a great cause. There's going to be some great stuff up there at the fairgrounds. So we'd, encourage everyone to attend if they're looking for something to do. And then, a friend of ours was in a, construction accident last year, and almost died, Tammy Klaczynski, and they're doing a fundraiser for her up at the fairgrounds on Sunday, and they asked if I'd play a few songs for that. So, plenty to do with the holiday season.
Yeah, that's for sure. And then they got a string of dates coming up in December. You can check them all out at trismunsick.com. What was it this year? Because you mentioned it. You guys played a lot of gigs. Has it been because of 10 years? You trying to keep in touch or keep ahead of your brother? What's happening?
Well, I gave up trying to keep ahead of him a while ago. But yeah, I don't know. I think, there's been no real shortcuts for us. I think it's just kind of been slow and steady, kind of staying true to what we play and what we write about, in our roots. And, it's just kind of been a accumulation of the past decade of playing music, I think. And the band, the current lineup of the band is the best we've ever been. The guys are awesome, and everybody's invested in the music and, in it for the right reasons. And yeah, man, we played all over California, Florida, Texas, Nashville, kind of just coast to coast this past year. And, we've been kind of, now that we have a second to breathe, we've been kind of reflecting on how, lucky and blessed we really are to be able to do that. And, it's because Wyoming folks have always stuck by us and propped us up over these years. And, we're super lucky to have that in our back pocket for sure.
Yeah, because what do you hear? What was the response? Because you guys went to a lot of places you've never been to. Was it, I mean, these guys are from Wyoming, we like country music, it's Ian's brother, there's another Munsick. Yeah. What'd you hear?
Yeah, I think definitely with Ian's just crazy level of success right now, that's, there's some recognition of our last name, which is awesome, and Ian's been super generous about pulling our whole family along, and kind of bringing us along for the ride. And what's good for one is good for all, in our family for sure. And we're just so proud of where he's been going and where he will continue to go. And so, yeah, as far as our touring around, I think, people are, they know what they're going to get with us. So, there's no surprises. You're getting Western country music, right? And that's what they're getting. And we try our best to play 100% every show for whoever hires us to come play. So I think it's been a big, huge growth year, and I'm looking forward to 2024. I think there's a lot of fun stuff involved, ahead.
Yeah, and it's always been that way, even with your dad, Dave. I mean, he's always brought you boys along. It's always been, a family affair or keeping everybody going.
Oh, it sure is. I was just at my dad's studio. We started with the Munsick boys, us playing with my dad growing up, and half the night last night, my dad and I were down in the basement trying to get some harmony tracks recorded for this new record of mine, and Ian was on the phone with us sending his stuff in. So it's still a family affair. Nothing's really changed there, which is awesome.
Yeah, well, and the last album you guys did it in El Paso?
Yep. We did the last one in El Paso at Sonic Ranch, which was a great experience. And this upcoming record, we did most of the tracking in San Antonio with a producer named Tommy Dedamore, who's kind of a staple in the Texas country scene. And he was generous enough to go out on a limb and take us on as clients. So we're pretty excited for this next one, and I think it's going to be kind of the peak, the best yet, for sure.
Yeah, no, Sean said it's definitely guys' best album so far. It's just when he told me San Antonio, I'm like, that would have been the last place I would have thought you're recording an album is in San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah, it's basically we thought the same thing, but it's this producer only works from his own place, right? He's got a studio right at his own house, and he just kind of is an in-house producer. And if you want to work with him, you go to him, So
yeah.
We just kind of made the commitment this past fall and had a bunch of new tunes that we thought were worthy of doing that, and made the trip down, and we're sure glad we did.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, when the guy's good enough that he's just sitting at his house knocking them out, you got to go and see him. That's for sure. Well, and Ian, he just announced a bunch of dates for next year, and one of them, the Munsick boys are opening. You guys are going to be in Deadwood in June.
Yeah. We're playing at the Grand with Ian June. I think it's June 7th, which is great. Like I said, he's always been real kind about bringing us along and getting us up on stage with him. And now that he's playing these bigger venues to these crowds, it's amazing to see. It really is. He's kind of on a wave right now, and just trying to hold on and not fall off his surfboard at the moment, and if we can tag along and be a part of it in any way that he wants, and support him, and get a little family time in there at the same time, that's the best for us.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely on a wave. It's amazing what he's done. You mentioned the album is done, but you're bringing in your dad, you're bringing in Ian, you still have finishing touches. What are we thinking? What's the timeline?
Yeah, we're hoping to drop the first single somewhere around the first of the year. And we'll probably trickle a few singles out, at the beginning of 2024, with a tentative release date for the album sometime in this next summer.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's a singles world. How many tracks did we do? Did we do 10 tracks? We got a whole album?
We did 11 tracks. And I, with the idea that we could always drop one or pull one off or something if we needed to, if it didn't kind of cut the mustard, But I think all of them are going to make it that we took down there. So yeah, we'll have a full album for everybody. But like you said, and it's just the way music is listened to anymore, you kind of it's a singles world for sure. So we'll give people a little taste of it before we give them the whole thing.
Yeah, you have to anymore. Go and check him out. Tris Munsick. He's at trismunsick.com. He's on Facebook, Instagram. Go to Spotify, listen to all of his stuff. Desperate Situation you're going to hear here in just a second. Well, Christmas is coming. The baby's 2 weeks old. I imagine we're hanging around.
Yeah, you know, we've played it down at the finals in Vegas. Man, I think every year for the past 7 or 8 years or something. And some of the families going down. I think the band's pretty much sticking around and doing their family things for the holidays. We have a handful of dates in December that we're out for, like, you know, 5 or 6 days. But other than that, we're just going to hang low and just, you know, enjoy the holiday time and kind of recoup for a big 2024.
Yeah. I imagine you've played the Beacon Club.
We've many times.
Yeah, I figured you have. So, I mean, December 15th, but it seems like the Beacon Club, they had Lainey Wilson. They got Tanner Usray coming up. They're getting more bigger shows. Yeah,
you know, they've kind of transitioned like a lot of these clubs. You know, 20 years ago, a lot of these clubs would do 5 nights. They'd have a house band in there for 5 nights in a row, you know, maybe take Sundays off. The bands would play all night, you know, and people would stay out and drink all night. And those days it's changed a little bit, you know, so I think they're kind of refocusing towards bigger concerts and just kind of trying to narrow it down to, you know, putting all their eggs in the basket of Friday, Saturday nights kind of thing. And that's when we started playing in there was 10 years ago. We'd play 4 nights in a row pretty much every time, you know, and you'd stay in the little band house out back and
party for 4 nights.
Oh man, yeah. Not sure we could survive that anymore. We're in there. I think the 15th.
Yeah, the 15th of December.
Yeah, okay, 15th of December. Yeah, just one night. If anybody's feeling like a trip to Casper, it'll be a hootenanny in there for sure.
Yeah, the new stuff. Have we changed the direction? Are we going to be surprised? Is it Tris Munsick? What are we going to hear?
You know, this new album is kind of all over the map. There's some singer-songwriter stripped down kind of tunes in there, all the way to just pretty rocked out, you know, kind of in your face country rock songs to honky tonk traditional country songs. You know, so I feel like it kind of spans the whole gamut of what we do, but it's right in the wheelhouse of what we do, of our sound. You know, we try to stay true to these Western traditions and kind of culture that we know, you know, and that's the only thing we know how to write about. If we knew how to write about anything else, we'd probably do that. But I think I'm hoping it's going to be the best version of what we do.
Yeah, he's got Wyoming in his blood, so he's not going too far out of that wheelhouse. Because what do you think of country music right now? I mean, country music is so wide open right now; it's crazy.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I have my own opinions on it, obviously, but I do think that the pendulum. It's a cyclical thing, you know.
Oh yeah.
In radio, right? I mean, it's an audience driven thing, so you know, music is so subjective. There's kind of no right or wrong answer in any of it. I think, but I do feel like the pendulum is kind of swinging back towards the traditional, rootsy kind of stripped down raw sound, you know, of people playing music. I think it's gotten so far the other way to where, you know, with auto tuning and tracking and stuff, where people are starting to recognize that they're just listening to computers, right? They're not listening to people actually playing. And I think they're really starting to get hungry for the real stuff again. So, you know, you see these artists like Tyler Childers or Coulter Wall or, you know, Zach Bryan or whoever that people just are really just loving, you know, and I think it's because of the authenticity and really, you know, you're what you see is what you get, what you hear is what you get. And that's good news for us.
Well, and we talked to a ton of independent country artists, and I would say 75% of them are more traditional country, or they're wanting to go back to the traditional country. Is about storytelling. That's what we're about.
Yeah, it sure is. You know, it's storytelling for regular folks and trying to put that in, you know, the experiences and the emotions and all the stuff that normal working people go through on a daily basis into a song, you know. And so that's the folks that you're shooting to relate to. And don't get me wrong, I like a good party song too, man.
Oh, yeah.
There's plenty of room for that. But I think people have been craving that these last 10 years or so, and it's good to see it kind of getting back to the basics, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Go and check him out. He's at tonight and Sundays by himself at the Sheridan County Fairgrounds for a couple of different fundraisers. And then go to their website, TrisMunsick.com. He's going to be at the Beacon Club on December 15th. He's got a few more other dates out there as well. Desperate Situation. Here it is. Tris, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks, Jeff. Happy holidays.
Yeah, you too. Congratulations. Tell Amber hi. And hopefully Monty will sleep today.
Sounds good, man. Hopefully all of us will.
Exactly. Go take a nap. Here it is. Desperate Situation. It's Tris Munsick and the Innocents.